जय हिंद दोस्तों, फिर से आपका स्वागत है हमारे इस वाजीराम एंड रवि के प्रीलिम्स क्विक रिवीजन सीरीज में, जिसमें लोग पार्ट 1 कर रहे हैं, जो मई 2023 से लेकर दिसंबर 2023 का पूरा एक क्विक रिवीजन है, जो यूपीएससी मेनली फोकस्ड है, जो 26 मई 2024 को होने वाला है। तो हम लोगों ने 2 वीडियो लेक्चर कर लिया था, या तीसरा वीडियो लेक्चर होगा, तो आप लोग इसे ध्यान से देखिएगा और इसे जितना ज़्यादा बार रिवाइज कीजिएगा उतना ही अच्छा रहेगा आपके लिए, और आप लोग एग्जाम में उतना ही अच्छा परफॉर्म कर सकेंगे। बस आपसे ये अनुरोध है कि अगर आप लोग हमारे चैनल पर नए हैं और अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया, तो प्लीज़ 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 इसे सब्सक्राइब करके सपोर्ट करें, क्योंकि आपके सपोर्ट से यहाँ प्रोत्साहन मिलता है और हम और अच्छे कंटेंट आपके लिए बना कर लाते हैं। या बायलिंगुअल होगा, तो आप लोग हिंदी या इंग्लिश कोई भी मीडियम रहे, तो उससे आपको फ़र्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं आज का हमारा वीडियो लेक्चर। आज का हमारा सेशन यहाँ से शुरू होने वाला है, जहाँ पे हम लोगों ने लास्ट वीडियो लेक्चर में छोड़ा था, वहीं से आज हम लोग इसे स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं। तो हमारा आज का शुरू होगा, तो आज का हमारा शुरू होने वाला है यहाँ से G20 हेल्थ मिनिस्टर्स मीटिंग से। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं। द कंसेंसस वाज रीच्ड ऑन सेटिंग up an R&D and manufacturing network for vaccine and for setting up a platform for making open source interoperable digital solutions readily available. Global Initiative Digital Health, a platform for sharing digital goods and knowledge, was also launched at the meeting. It has 4 pillars related to investment technologies, digital tool, and knowledge sharing. Parties have also committed to negotiate a legally binding WHO Convention on Health Emergency Prevention, Preparedness and Response. The parties welcome the conclusion of the first call for proposal of the Pandemic Fund, Global Initiative on Digital Health (GIDH). Digital health refers to the use of technology such as mobile devices, software applications, and other digital tools to improve health and healthcare delivery. Basically, it is a multidisciplinary concept that includes concept for an intersection between technology and healthcare. It is aimed at consolidating the evidence and amplifying recent and past gain in digital health while strengthening mutual accountability to enhance the impact of future investment. GIDH will be a WHO managed network of networks that will promote equitable access to digital health. Here, countries need tracker, resource optimization, and alignment with country's priority. तो उसमें पहला कंट्री नीड्स ट्रैकर, कंट्री रिसोर्स पोर्टल, देन ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन टूलबॉक्स, कन्वेंसिंग एंड नॉलेज इनहेंस, क्वालिटी एश्योर डिजिटल सोल्यूशन एंड स्ट्रेंथन लोकल कैपेसिटी। आइए नेक्स्ट न्यूज़ देखते हैं। एंटीबायोटिक रेजिस्टेंस, ए ग्लोबल स्टडी हैज सजेस्टेड दैट एयर पोल्यूशन इज helping to drive a rise in antibiotic resistance. By 2050, antibiotic resistance could be raised by 17%, resulting in around 8.4 lakh annual premature death at current level of air pollution. In India, a 10% PM 2.5 increase could lead to a 2.5% rise in antibiotic resistance. When bacteria are exposed to antibiotics over time, they can develop a resistance to them. This means that the antibiotics are no longer effective at treating infections caused by these bacteria. This phenomena is called antimicrobial resistance. Initiative by India to deal with antibiotic resistance. National Action Plan on Antimicrobial Resistance 2017 to 21. It focused on governmental initiative concerning hand hygiene and sanitation program like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Kayakalp, etc. Rising public awareness regarding healthier and improved practices in food production, particularly within the animal food industry. Specific directives on antibiotic usage, restriction on over-the-counter access, and the prohibition or regulation of antibiotic usage for livestock growth promotion. Next is Medical Termination of Pregnancy (MTP) Act. The Indian Supreme Court denied a woman's request to terminate her 26-week pregnancy, stating that her situation did not align with the provision of the Medical Treatment of Pregnancy Act. The Medical Treatment of Pregnancy Act 1971. It was introduced to liberalize access to abortion since the restrictive criminal prevention in the section 312 and 313 of IPC was leading to women using unsafe and dangerous method for termination of pregnancy. The act allowed termination of pregnancy by a medical practitioner in stages. First, the termination of pregnancy up to 12 weeks from conception. The opinion of one doctor was required. Second is for pregnancy between 12 to 20 weeks old. The opinion of two doctors was required. In the second case, the doctor must determine if the continuation of pregnancy would involve a risk to the pregnant woman's life or the child would suffer physical or mental abnormalities. The NTP Amendment Act 2021. The law allowed it for termination under the opinion of one doctor for pregnancy up to 20 weeks. For pregnancy between 20 to 24 weeks, the amended law required the opinion of two doctors. The government had issued the new medical termination of pregnancy amendment rule 2021, which defined the situation that define eligibility criteria for termination of pregnancy up to 24 weeks. The Amendment Act and the MTP Amendment Rule 2021 specified 7 categories of women survivor of sexual assault or rape or in caste minorities etc. who would be eligible for seeking termination of pregnancy for a period up to 24 weeks. After 24 weeks, a medical board must set up in approved facilities which may allow or deny termination of pregnancy only if there is substantial fetal abnormality. Next is Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. In 2021, the National Health Authority NHA introduced the scan and share service to expedite outpatient department ODP registration under the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. आयुष्मान भारत डिजिटल मिशन क्या है? तो एम इसका लॉन्च्ड इन 2021 during the third anniversary of Ayushman Bharat PM Jan Arogya Yojana PM Jai. ABDM will connect the digital health solution of hospital across the country with each other facilities. The digital ecosystem will always enable a host of other facilities like digital consultation, consent of patient in letting medical practitioner access their records via ABHA app, health registrar, etc. Implementing agency क्या है? तो NHA act as the implementing agency of the mission. Health facility registrar HFR is the core building block of ABDM that aims to serve as a single source for verified information on health facilities across the country. Health ID is a 14-digit number used for uniquely identified persons and authorization. The ABDM ecosystem. इसमें प्रोवाइडर में हो जाएगा हॉस्पिटल एंड क्लिनिक, लैब एंड फार्मास्यूटिकल्स. एलाइड प्राइवेट एंटिटीज में हो जाएगा इंश्योरर एंड हेल्थ टेक कंप्लायंस. हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल्स में हो जाएगा डॉक्टर, मॉडर्न मेडिसिन और आयुष, अदर प्रैक्टिशनर्स. थर्ड सेक्टर में हो जाएगा एसोसिएटेड एसोसिएशंस एंड डेवलपमेंट पार्टनर्स NGOs. एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर में हो जाएगा प्रोग्राम मैनेजर, रेगुलेटर्स और पॉलिसी मेकर में हो जाएगा सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एंड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. नेक्स्ट इज स्पेस 2023 initiative. WHO SPECS 2023 envision a world in which everyone who need a refractive error intervention, vision impairment have access to equality, affordable and people-centered refractive error service. In recognition of large unmet need for care, coupled with the fact a highly cost-effective intervention exists, that is spectacles, who WHO member states endorsed the first ever global target for refractive error at the 47th World Health Assembly 2021. Especially the global target is a 40 percentage point increase in effective coverage of refractive error by 2023. In India, where over 100 million people may lack access to eye care and glasses, space 2023 कैन ब्रिंग पॉजिटिव चेंज. रिफ्रैक्टिव एरर क्या है? तो इसे देखते हैं. नॉर्मल आई ऐसा है, लाइट रे फोकस ऑन द रेटिना. मायोपिया में द लाइट रे फोकस इन फ्रंट ऑफ द रेटिना. एस्टिग्मेटिज्म में लाइट रेज फोकस ऑन मोर देन वन पॉइंट, अनइक्वल रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ लाइट इन डिफरेंट मीडियम. And what is hypermyopia? So light rays focus behind the retina. Next is Havana syndrome. It refers to a set of mental health syndrome, sleeplessness, headaches, neurological conditions that are said to be experienced by U.S. intelligence and embassy officials in various countries. The National Academy of Science has outlined the reason for this syndrome: pulses pulse-directed microwave that damage or interfere with the nervous system. In India, the first such case was reported in September 2021 when a US intelligence officer traveled to New Delhi with CIA director reported symptoms of Havana syndrome. Fixed dose combination FDC. The Union Health Ministry has recently banned 14 FDCs citing lack of therapeutic justification. FDC are combination of two or more active drug in a single dose form. The FDC formulation have unique advantages such as complementary mechanism of action, synergetic effects, better tolerability, elongated product life cycle management, and cost saving. At the same time, there might be increased change of exposing patient to unnecessary risk of adverse drug reaction. National Medical Commission. The NMC was constituted in 2020 through the National Medical Commission Act 2019. It regulates medical education and medical professionals in India and has replaced the Medical Council of India (MIC). It has four autonomous board for undergraduate and postgraduate medical education, medical assessment and rating, ethics and medical registration. Recently, it has put on hold the regulations that make it mandatory for to prescribe generic drug because of concern regarding quality. Draft guidelines for a school to prevent suicide. The Union Minister of Education had released draft guidelines titled Ummeed, Understand, Motivate, Manage, Empathize, Empower, Develop to prevent student suicide in a school. Suicide was decriminalized in India by the Mental Healthcare Act 2017. Pyrola and JN1 COVID-19 variant. The world is facing another wave of COVID-19 infection as a new variant called Pyrola or BR2.86 spread rapidly across the globe, predominantly circulating in the UK and US. The WHO has classified JN1 subvariant of COVID-19 as a variant of interest distinct from its patient lineage. JN1 was first detected in the United States in September 2023. It seems to be spreading faster than other circulating Omicron subvariant like BA5, but not as severe as previous Omicron variant. It contains an additional spike protein mutation, L455S, which might increase its ability to evade the immune system. About Pirola variant BA2.86, named after a large asteroid that hangs out near Jupiter. Pirola is an Omicron subvariant that causes great concern because it has been found to contain a large number of genetic mutations. It is designed by WHO as a variant under monitoring because of more than 30 mutations it carries on the critical spike protein, the protein that attached with receptors on human cell to enter the body. Transmissibility. The disease is more common in females than males and mainly affect old age people over 60 years of age. Metotrasis MTS and its detection. 5-CiAO, a highly fluorescent material containing phosphine, cytine, and gold has been developed for detecting overdose of toxic anti-cancer drug MTS, which can be used as a visual sensing platform. Phosphorine is a two-dimensional material composed of phosphorus atoms and it is primarily studied for its electronic and optoelectronic properties. Cytine is a non-essential amino acid, meaning the body can synthesize it. It is essential for the proper folding and stability of many proteins, including enzymes and structural protein. Gold monoparticles are being exposed for cancer treatment and medical imaging technique like CT scan as they absorb X-ray and enhance tissue visibility. Methotrexate (MTX) application. It is commonly used in chemotherapy to treat certain type of cancer, including leukemia, lymphoma, and breast cancer. Administration of MTX in body. Methotera- Methotrexate can be taken orally for or administered by injection depending on the specific condition being treated. Side effects. The MTX value of more than 100 μm in blood plasma is hazardous. Precautions. Regular monitoring of blood count and liver function is often necessary during methotrexate treatment, and folic acid supplementation is often prescribed alongside methotrexate to help mitigate some of its side effects. Pompe disease. Recently, India's first patient diagnosed with the Pompe disease died. Pompe disease, also known as glycogen storage disease type 2, is an autosomal recessive disease, meaning that it occurs when a person inherits two copies of an abnormal gene, one from each parent, responsible for producing the enzyme acid alpha glucosidase GAA. It is a rare inherited disorder that affects one child per billion. It affects male and female equally. How does Pompe disease occur? Mutation in GAA gene. Normally, the GAA gene provides instruction for producing an enzyme called acid alpha glucoside, also known as acid maltase. Acid alpha glucoside normally break down glucogen into a simpler sugar called glucose, which is the main energy source for most cells. Mutation in GAA gene prevent acid alpha glucosidase from breaking down glucogen effectively, which allows this sugar to build up to toxic level in lysosome. This building up damages organ and tissue throughout the body, particularly the muscles, leading to the progressive sign and symptom of Pompe disease. Treatment. The treatment include enzyme replacement therapy (ERT), where a synthetic form of missing enzyme recombinant human acid alpha glucoside it administered intravenously. ERT aim to reduce the accumulation of glucogen in tissues and alleviate syndromes. DRESS syndrome. Recently, the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission (IPC) has issued a drug safety alert for doctors and patients about the use of painkiller meftal containing mefam, mefenamic acid that can lead to drug reaction with eosinophilia and systematic syndrome. DRESS syndrome. Eosinophilia refers to increased level of a specific white blood cell. About DRESS syndrome, it is a potentially serious drug reaction to certain medication. It affects multiple organ and system throughout body. It is sometimes referred to as DIHS, drug induced hypersensitive syndrome. Causes. Contain medication, mostly antibiotics, anticonvulsant and antiviral. Symptoms क्या है तो fever, skin rash, lymphadenopathy, hematological abnormalities. Treatment. Immediate discontinuation of adverse medication and supportive care with medication like corticosteroid. Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission (IPC), headquartered in Ghaziabad, UP. IPC was founded in 2009. The IPC is an autonomous institution in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. It, its mandate is to set a standard for all drugs that are manufactured, sold, and consumed in India. The IPC's responsibility include formulation, active pharmaceutical ingredients, API, vaccine, and medical devices. It promotes rational use of generic medicine by publishing National Formulae of India. Norovirus. The UK has sent a steady rise in norovirus case, a highly contagious gastro- gastrointestinal illness caused by contain, contaminated food or water, person-to-person contact, or and aerosols. Outbreaks usually occur in colder months and cause syndrome like vomiting, diarrhea, nausea, fever, stomach cramp, and headache. Treatment is not available, but maintaining hydration during the acute phase is crucial. Frontotemporal dementia (FTD). The researchers identified a protein named TAF15 present in the brain of patients suffering from frontotemporal dementia (FTD). FTD is an uncommon type of dementia that causes problems with behavior and language. Dementia is the name of problem with mental ability caused by gradual changes and damage in the brain. Frontotemporal dementia (FTD) is a group of brain disorders that primarily affect the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain, leading to progressive damage and decline in function. It is a relatively rare but devastating condition, typically affecting individuals between the age of 40 and 65, although younger and older individuals can also be affected. The cause of FTD is unknown, but researchers have linked certain subtypes of FTD to mutations in several genes. Symptoms include change in personality and behavior, language difficulties, difficulty in speaking, understanding speech, writing, finding words, name object, memory problem, and movement problem. Treatment. There is currently no cure for FTD, but there are treatments that can help control some of the symptoms, possibly for several years, which include speech therapy, occupational therapy, and behavioral therapy with emotional support, can help address function decline and communication difficulties. Noma disease. The World Health Organization (WHO) has added one of the world's most under-recognized health challenges. Noma is its official list of neglected tropical disease (NTD). Noma disease, also called as Cancumoris or gangrenous stomatis. Several gangrenous disease of the mouth and face with a 90% mortality rate, named Noma from Greek nomi, meaning to devour, caused by malnutrition, poor sanitation, and inadequate oral hygiene. Symptoms may start with non-specific symptoms like fever, malaise, and general unclear progresses to extensive tissue destruction, especially in the face. Affected age mainly affect children age 6 to 6, prevalent in impoverished communities. Treatment involve improving nutrition, promoting oral hygiene, and surgical procedures to remove necrotic tissues and reconstruct affected area. Neglected tropical disease (NTDs) क्या है तो देख लेते हैं. They are a group of infectious diseases that predominantly affect populations in tropical and subtropical regions, particularly in lower income countries. The term neglected reflects to the historical neglect in terms of research, funding, and public health effect for this condition. The term neglected tropical disease encompasses a diverse group of diseases caused by bacteria, parasites, virus, and other pathogens. Examples include diseases like lymphatic filariasis, river blindness, schistosomiasis, transmitted helminths, trachoma, and others. WHO new roadmap for 2021 to 2030 to prevent, control, eliminate, and eradicate a set of 20 diseases termed NTDs by 2030. Nematocytes. Recent research on nematocytes had identified venom, peptide, and potential therapeutic properties, include potential for pain relevance, anti-cancer drug, and neurodegenerative disease treatment. Nematocytists Nematocytes are fascinating microscopic stringer found in Synandrian, a group of marine invertebrates that include jellyfish, anemones, cereals, and hydras. These tiny capsule act like harpoons, delivering a venomous punch to capture prey or defend against predators. The outer shell, made of chitin, contains a tightly coiled hollow threads. Functioning of nematocytes stimulates and trigger nematocytes response to touch pressure or chemical signals, triggering a rapid discharge when potential prey or threats contact that condicoil. Rapid discharge. The trigger initiates the rapid inversion and forceful ejection of the coiled tubule from the nematocyte's capsule. Penetration and injection. Nematocytes can penetrate prey's skin, injecting toxic or bribes from the tubule upon contact. Hunting. Nematocytes help Synandrian immobilize prey like plankton or small fish, making them easier to grab and consume. Defense. Nematocytes act as a powerful deterrent against predator, causing pain, paralysis, or even death in some cases to discourage attackers. Application of nematocydes, drug development, gene therapy, tissue engineering, biotechnology, toxin research, aquatic environment monitoring, and inspiration for robotics. Next is education. उसमें पहला है नेशनल करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क NCF. The National Curriculum Framework NCF was released recently. NCF aimed to bring about a paradigm shift in education with focus on holistic development of children, emphasizes on skilling vital role of teacher learning in mother tongue, cultural rootedness. It is important to note that NEP 2020 and the NCF based on the education policy are not binding on the states. The final revised version of the NCF mandate teaching of three languages, including two Indian languages in class 9-10 and two languages including one Indian language in class 11-12. National Curriculum Framework for School Education NCFSE. Holding the class 12th board exam twice a year, a student can appear for a board exam in subjects they have completed and feel ready for. So far, a student from class 9 to 12 studied 5 mandatory subjects with an option of adding one more subject. Now, number of mandatory subjects for class 9 and 10 is 7 and it's 6 for class 11 and 12. It mandates compulsory instruction of 3 languages up to class 10. In class 11 and 12, student will have to study 2 languages. It offers students the freedom to pursue a mix of science and humanities to reduce the rigid boundaries separating arts, commerce, and science. In class 11-12 across school boards. For class 6 to 8, 20% content would be from the local level for the school science curriculum, 30% content would be from the regional level, and 30 would be from national level, and 20% content would be global. Performance Grading Index PGI for school education. Recently, the Union Minister of Education released a report on Performance Grading Index 2.0 for states and UTs and PGI for districts for the year 2021 and 22. PGI was first released for the year 2017 and 18, and so far it has been released up to the year 2020 and 2021. It assesses the performance of a school education system at the state UT level by creating an index for comprehensive analysis. PG 2.0 for 21 and 22 classified the state UT in 10 grades via highest achievable grade in Daksh, then Utkarsh, Ati Uttam, Uttam, Prachesta 1, 2 and 3, Akanshi 1, 2 and 3 lowest grade. यहाँ पे कैटेगरी दिया हुआ है. Categories, domain, indicator and total weight. First is outcome, learning outcome and quality LO. Indicator is 12 and total weightage is 2240. Next is axis. It has indicator 7 and total weight 80. अगला infrastructure and facilities IF. Indicator 15 और weightage 190. Equity. इंडिकेटर 16 और वेटेज 260। नेक्स्ट इज गवर्नेंस मैनेजमेंट, गवर्नेंस प्रोग्रेस जीपी, इंडिकेटर 15 और वेटेज 130। अगला है टीचर एजुकेशन एंड ट्रेनिंग ITE&T, इंडिकेटर 8 और वेटेज 100, टोटल हो गया 1000 टोटल वेटेज। नेक्स्ट इज नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशनल रैंक फ्रेमवर्क NIRF। द NIRF has announced the India ranking 23 of higher education institution HEIs. The NIRF was launched by the Ministry of Education in 2015. It outlined a mandatory to rank HEIs across the country. NIRF rank best institutions across 13 categories like engineering, medical, management, law, dental, etc. Overall ranking: the IIT Madras remained the best educational institution in overall the ranking for the fifth consecutive term. Best university: the Indian Institute of Science IISc Bangalore ranked as the best university in the country for 8 years in a row. Best college: Miranda House, Delhi is ranked as the best college for the 7th consecutive year. First is teaching, learning and resource. Second is research and professional practice. Third is graduation outcome. Fourth one is outreach and inclusive. Fifth one is perception. Next topic, deemed to be university. The National Council of Education Research and Training NCERT has been granted the deemed to be university status by the Ministry of Education. With the status of a deemed university, NCERT will offer its own graduate, postgraduate and doctorate degrees. The NCERT is an autonomous organization set up in 1961 by the Government of India under the Societies Registration Act 1860. The NCERT is an implementation agency for bilateral cultural exchange program with other countries in the field of school education. A university in India is recognized by the University Grant Commission UGC, which draw its power from the UGC Act 1956. A deemed university or deemed to be university is an credential granted to higher education institution HEIs in India. Currently, the UGC lists around 130 institutes that have deemed university status. According to this list, the first institute to be given deemed university status was the Indian Institute of Science in 1958, and Tamil Nadu has the most deemed universities 28. यहाँ पे यूनिवर्सिटी इन इंडिया देख लेते हैं, पब्लिक, प्राइवेट एंड डीम्ड। पब्लिक में क्या है तो सेंट्रल इस्टेब्लिश्ड an act of parliament and supported by GOI, state established by an act of a state legislature and supported by the state government. Next is private, established by an act of the state legislature and supported by various bodies and societies. Deemed क्या तो designated by the central government on the advice of the UGC, enjoys autonomous in various aspects of higher education. Next topic, automated permanent academic account registrar APAAR. APAAR is a part of One Nation One Student ID initiative streaming for the NEP 2020. With the APAAR ID, student would be able to store all their certificates and credits, whether they come from formal education or informal learning. If the student changes school, whether within the state or to another state, all related data in the academic bank of credit get transferred to the new school just by sharing the APAAD ID. What is APAAD? What is APAR ID? It envisioned as a special ID system for all students in India starting from childhood. Under the initiative, each student would get a lifelong APAAR ID, making it easier for the learner, school and government to track academic progress from the pre-primary education to higher education. APAR would also serve as a gateway to DigiLocker. DigiLocker is a digital system where a student can store their important documents and achievements, such as exam result and report cards. Next is Saksham Learning Management Information System LMIS. Saksham, which stands for Stimulating Advanced Knowledge for Sustainable Health Management, is a learning management information system LMIS launched by the Union Health Minister of India. It was developed by the National Institute of Health and Family Welfare NIHFW. Key features of Saksham: unified platform, provide online training and medical education to all health professionals in India from primary health center in rural areas to tertiary care and corporate hospital in metropolitan cities. Inclusive capacity building ensure accessible and equitable learning opportunities for all health professionals regardless of their location or background. Digital learning offer a comprehensive range of online courses, modules, and resources on various health topics. Flexibility allows learner to access courses at their own pace and convenience. Tracking and monitoring provide insights into learner progress and course completion rate. Credentials offer CME continuing medical education credit for completing course. Next topic, accreditation accreditation of higher education institute. Radhakrishnan committees set up by Ministry of Education report on accreditation of higher education institution has been made public. Education institution and accreditation assessment is a performance evaluation of an institution and its unit and is accomplished through a process based on self-study and peer review using defined criteria. Accreditation refers to the certification given by NAAC which is valid for a period of 5 years. This rating of institution range from A++ to C. If an institution is graded D, it means it is not accredited. At present, the assessment and accreditation by NCC is done on a vocabulary basis. Institution framework for a higher education ecosystem in India. Body and function. University Grant Commission UGC, established in 1953 and became a statutory organization by a Parliament Act in 1956. Aim इसका क्या, तो coordinate, determine and maintain the standard of teaching, examination, research in university education. National Medical Commission NMC, established through the National Medical Commission Act 2019, which succeeded the Medical Courts of India. एम इसका क्या है, तो टू इम्प्रूव एक्सेस टू क्वालिटी एंड अफोर्डेबल मेडिकल एजुकेशन, टू इंश्योर द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ एडुकेट एंड हायर क्वालिटी मेडिकल प्रोफेशनल इन ऑल पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री. ऑल इंडिया काउंसिल फॉर टेक्निकल एजुकेशन AICTE, नेशनल लेवल अपेक्स एडवाइजरी बॉडी फॉर टेक्निकल एजुकेशन इन अकॉर्डेंस विथ द प्रोविजन ऑफ AICTE एक्ट 1987. ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, तो प्रोमोटिंग ऑफ क्वालिटी इन टेक्निकल एजुकेशन, प्लानिंग एंड कोऑर्डिनेटेड डेवलपमेंट of technical education system. Next is Bar Council of India BCI, a statutory body to regulate and represent the Indian Bar Association. It also sets standard for legal education and grant recognition to universities. Accreditation body, National Body of Accreditation NBA, established by AICTE. National Assessment and Accreditation Council NAAC, established by UGC. National Institution Ranking Framework NIRF, started in 2015 by Ministry of Education. Recommendation by Dr. K. Radhakrishnan Committee. The committee has recommended that IITs should be brought under the ambit of NAC. Currently, IITs follow their internal system for periodic peer evaluation and assessment program. Binary accreditation system. The NAAC is proposing a new accreditation system that would replace the current 8-point grading system. The new system would classify institutes as either accredited or non-accredited based on their data submission and verification by expert team during campus visit. A separate category awaiting accreditation would cover institutes close to threshold level. The committee also progresses a mechanism of crowdsourcing to reduce the reliance on expert inspection. This would involve a carefully chosen audience, including students, faculty, staff, alumni, and official visitors, including a selection committee member and a student employee. National Accreditation Council NAAC. The Radhakrishnan Committee proposes a single overreaching agency for accrediting institute and courses. The National Accreditation Council NAAC which also include the National Institution Ranking Framework NIRF, and the transition to the proposed accreditation regime should occur by December 2023. Accreditation of a school. India lacks of official mandate for frequent school evaluation by the NEP 2020 proposed an effective accrediting system for all education levels, requiring a State Council of Education, Research and Training to create a separate framework. Next is Ayush Anushandhan National Research Foundation NRF Act 2023. The Anushandhan National Research Foundation Bill 2023 received the assessment of the President. It aimed to set up the Anushandhan National Research Foundation NRF, which will be an apex body to provide high-level strategic direction to scientific research in the country as per recommendation of the NEP. It seeks to set up rupees 50,000 crore fund with a sizable contribution from the private sector to seed, grow and promote research and development R&D and foster a culture of research and innovation throughout Indian universities, college research institutions and R&D laboratories. It seeks to set up different funds. Anushandhan National Research Foundation Fund for the financing of activities under the Act. Innovation Fund for supporting outstanding creativity in the area supported by Foundation. Science and Engineering Research Fund for the continuation of the project and program initiated under the Science and Engineering Research Board Act 2028. One or more special purpose fund for any specific project or research. Structure of NRF. It will have a governing board consisting of 15 to 25 eminent research and professionals headed by Prime Minister, who will be the ex officio president. The Education Ministry and the Science and Technology Minister will be the vice president of the NRF. The Department of Science and Technology DST will be administrative department of NRF. The proposed foundation will also have an executive council under the principal scientific advisor. Next is Malivya Mission Teachers Training Program MMTP. The Union Minister of Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship recently launched the Malivya Mission Teacher Training Program by the University Grant Commission at Kausal Bhavan, New Delhi. About Malivya Mission, the aim to provide tailored training program for teachers in Higher Education Institute HEI. It will ensure continuous professional development and help in building capacities of 15 lakh teachers of HEI through 111 Malivya Mission Center across India in a time-bounded manner. It aims to improve the quality of teachers' training, building leadership skill in teachers, and help realize the goal of NEP. The capacity building under this mission will be mapped to the credit framework to ensure career progression pathway for educators. The Indian knowledge system has been included in the modules of the program. Human Resource Development Centers to be revamped and known as Madan Mohan Malviya Teacher Training Center. Key factor about Madan Mohan Malviya. He was an Indian educationist, a freedom fighter and moderate leader. He was elected as the president of Indian National Congress for 4 times. He attended the Round Table Conference in 1931. He founded the Hindu Mahasabha in 1906. As an educationist, he founded Banaras Hindu University BHU at Varanasi in 1916, which was created under BHU Act 1915. He was Vice Chancellor of Banaras Hindu University for 1919 to 1938. Next is Digital Infrastructure for Knowledge Sharing, Diksha Platform. The National E-Governance Division NEGD under the Ministry of Education, Electronics and Information Technology (MAITRI) is set to integrate professionalized adaptive learning PAL into its existing digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing Diksha Platform. Diksha Platform. It is a national platform for school education and initiative of NCERT Ministry of Education. It provides e-content for schools via an online portal and a mobile application via QR code. It was developed based on the core principle of open architecture, open access, open licensing, choice and autonomy. It is built on open source technology. This is made in India and for India. National E-Governance Division. It was created by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology as an independent business division under the Digital India Corporation. It has developed and is managing several national public digital platforms such as DigiLocker, Umang Rapid Assessment System, OpenForge, API Setu, Posha, Potion Tracker, Academic Bank of Credit, etc. दैट्स इट फॉर टुडे। आज के लिए इतना ही रहने देते हैं। नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम लोग इसके आगे से साथी पोर्टल से शुरू करेंगे। तो बस आपसे ये अनुरोध है कि अगर आप लोग हमारे चैनल पे नए हैं, इफ़ यू आर न्यू टू आवर चैनल देन प्लीज सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल, एंड इफ यू आर old to our channel then continue watching this. We have already uploaded 2 videos, and go to playlist and watch all the previous videos, and wait for the next upcoming videos. So till then, revise our videos as much as possible so that you can perform well in examination and you will feel ease in current affair for the prelims 2024. So see you in the next video. Bye bye, goodbye, jai hind, jai bharat.